All right, hello everybody, and welcome to another video. Okay, today we're gonna actually be getting into some tips for lowering our expenses because at the end of the day, it's all about saving money. You can only go to work for so many hours. You're only gonna make a certain amount of money each week, especially if you're working a regular like 9 to 5 job. There's only so much overtime if you can even have overtime because some jobs don't allow it. I remember when I worked at Walmart back when I was in college, and overtime was not a thing. You could not get it. If you actually went over the 40 hours by even 1 minute, they would write you up. So I know that everyone's not capable of getting overtime, so you pretty much know how much your check is going to be. So the next thing you want to do is you want to start lowering those expenses, those things that you have to pay for. Of course, also those things that are just wants as well. So we're going to discuss that. Now, just remember, we are not depriving ourselves, okay? We're just making some better choices so that we can have a more abundant life. We're going to make better choices, okay? So, tip number one, budgeting. We're not going to get away from this budgeting thing. When you know where your money is going, that's the only way that you're really going to be able to dictate where you can save, what you can cut back on, and how you can save. When you know exactly how much money is not only coming in, or at least, around about, you know, you know, like I'm saying, you should know it to the cent, but you have an average, okay, of about how much money is going to come in for you each and every month, but then also where you're sending that money out to, whether that be for bills, whether, like I said, be for things that you want, whether it's for food, fuel, whatever it is. So that budgeting is a must, okay? So that's number one. Number two is meal planning. Now, when I was in the military, this is something that I used to do. I used to meal plan because I had a goal of lifting weights and things, and I wanted to, kind of get my body looking the way I wanted it to do. And what I learned was meal planning. One, it's a lot of fun. It can be a lot of fun, especially if you're a person who likes to cook. It can save you a lot of time as well if you do it all in like one day. Um, you don't have to know what you're going to eat. You could just pull a bowl out the fridge and go at it. I would definitely advise you to cook a couple different things. You don't want to necessarily eat the same thing over and over and over because that gets boring and dull. A lot of times it is a lot healthier because when you go out to these restaurants, especially fast food, there are so many chemicals and things that are being used to not just preserve these foods, but also to even cook these foods. It's going down in greases, um, just all types of stuff. So it's also going to be a little bit healthier for you, depending on how you cook. And believe it or not, even though groceries are higher nowadays, it actually is cheaper. It actually is. Because guess what? The same way groceries went up a little bit in price, so did the fast food restaurants. There's no dollar menus anymore. On If there is, let me know. But in California, there's no such thing as a dollar menu. It may say a dollar menu, but the price, when you look at it, it's like $2 or $3, $4 or $5. It's just depending on what you want to get. It could be a small fry. A small fry is like $2, $3. And a small fry is not going to fill up anybody unless they're a toddler. So it's going to be cheaper for you to plan your meals out and cook those for you. And like I said, it can be a lot healthier and more fun. Now, number three is going to be cutting subscriptions. So if I have a rule of thumb, if you have not used that subscription within the last 30 days, it's probably not worth it. It's probably not something that you use on a regular basis. I know a lot of times when I do subscriptions, I like to pay for the entire year because you get a discount when you pay for it. And as opposed to paying for it like every week or every month, if you actually pay for the entire year. What that also allows you to do is it'll allow you to see if you're actually using that subscription. And if not, then that's something that you can cut. Number four, DIY projects. There's nothing wrong with doing things yourself. I know we're in that age where we pay people to do a lot of stuff. Sometimes we're just lazy and don't want to do things ourselves, so we'd rather just, give somebody else a little bit of money so they can do it for us. But actually doing some of these things yourselves, even when it comes down to like small stuff on your car, like you can replace your own spark plugs or coils. You can do your own oil changes. These is the type of stuff that it doesn't really require that much skill. It's something you can honestly look on Facebook, or not Facebook, but YouTube, and figure it out really quickly, and get that done on your own. Number five, let's buy secondhand. The reason we're buying secondhand, and I don't believe in buying everything secondhand, but some things can be bought secondhand. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm not buying secondhand shoes. That's my thing. I know everybody has their thing, but my thing is when it comes to like shoes and stuff, I'm not buying that secondhand because I don't really like people's feet. It's germs and things. But there are a lot of things that you can buy secondhand. Like you can buy secondhand vehicles. They cost a lot less, right? And you kind of are able to put money or keep money in your pocket for a little bit longer when you're using those items. Also, I know with clothes and things, a lot of people pass down clothes to other family members or give clothes over to other family members, or even go to places like Plato's Closet and things of that nature, and people will actually buy secondhand clothes. Even the what are those things called? The y'all know what I'm talking about. It's the secondhand stores like the Goodwills and stuff. You can utilize those Goodwills. They have good clothes in them sometimes, and a lot of times you can find those clothes and they're actually new because they've come out of places that have been overstocked, and other places like other stores that maybe have gone out of business, and so you can still buy those at a nice price. You know, so think about buying secondhand. And then our last one is energy efficiency. So like this is pretty much when it comes to your household, you can do small stuff like switch to LED bulbs. LED bulbs don't really cost as much as you would think. They use less energy, so your power bill tends to go down a little bit. Also, unplugging devices when you're not using them. There are so many devices. I don't care if it has an on-off switch. There's a light that's still working on it, or it's still pulling power in some type of way. I'm talking about even your phone chargers. They're still pulling power, even though they may not be hooked up to your phone at that moment. So if you want to, you know, again hit that power bill, because that power bill is, to me, the power bill is one of those utilities that it does have a tendency to go up and down throughout the year, whether it's really hot or whether it's really cold. I know I tend to use my ceiling fans a lot more, especially when it starts to warm up a little bit. I'll actually also allow my house to be a little bit cooler pretty much all year round. um, Not cold though, but cooler for sure. By using just opening my doors or opening windows and allowing that air to just flow in and out the house. And then, of course, if it gets too warm or if it gets too cold, then I'll put a heater on or put the air conditioner on. But outside of that, I really try to use more of the ceiling fans and the windows and the doors, and really just trying to catch that breeze. Every little bit counts. I promise you, it's all going to add up over time. All you have to do is create these habits, okay? Because you're not just saving. You're really becoming more of a conscious consumer because you're still going to consume. That's what we do here in America. We buy things, we use things, we go places. We're always using money in some type of way, but you can basically cut back on some things so that you can use that money that you're saving to go towards some things that you would rather have. you know all right, so look Look forward to your future. Look forward to new possibilities. Look forward to more financial freedom. Put a smile on your face because you're working towards something that you're really trying to. You're working towards something that you really want. You're working toward, but it doesn't matter whether you're working toward even getting to the point where you can take a vacation for your family every year, whether you're looking toward something you want to invest in. Um, that's what your focus is. So just stay positive, stay frugal, and stay fabulous. I'll see you guys in another video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you're hitting that like button. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure you're hitting the like button over there and leave me a comment in the comment section. And I will talk to you guys in another video.